Yeah, well, you know why Rifkin was a serial killer? Because he was adopted. You know, just like Son of Sam was adopted. So apparently, adoption leads to serial killing.
In the US, there have been at least 500 known serial killers. Of that select group, 16% were adopted. Is there a link between being adopted and murder? If so, what are the circumstances that make an adopted child want to kill? This list includes the serial killers that were adopted at a young age. Whether their adoptions lead to their murders is up for debate. Aileen Wuornos.
Yeah.
You killed 7 men.
Yes, you
and
did.
I'm asking you, what got you to kill the 7
And
men?
I'm telling you because the cops let me keep killing them, Nick. Don't you get it?
Not everybody is killing 7 people.
Aileen Wuornos was born in 1956 when her mother was only 16. 2 months later, her mom filed for divorce from Aileen's father, who was incarcerated for sex crimes against children. She abandoned Aileen and her brother before Aileen's 4th birthday. Aileen never met her father. He was diagnosed as schizophrenic and hanged himself in prison in 1969. Aileen's grandparents officially adopted Aileen in 1960.
I didn't do anything as wrong as they said. I did the right thing. And I saved a lot of people's butts from getting hurt and raped and killed too. I'm on my way to the chamber, doesn't stopping it. You can believe it or you don't have to believe it. That's up to you, man. Put a big question mark on your film.
Aileen went on to kill 7 men from 1989 to 1990 while working as a prostitute. She believed that each man attempted to sexually assault her and was therefore killing them in self-defense.
So
I was a hitchhiking hooker.
Right.
Running into trouble, I'd shoot the guy if I ran into trouble. Physical trouble, the cops knew it. When the physical trouble came along, let her clean the streets, and then we'll pull her in.
But how
That's
come
why.
there was so...
Joel Rifkin.
And it's, how did I get here? How did they end up dead? What happened? And I'm trying to make sense out of it. I'm still trying to make sense out of it. Didn't start out this way.
Joel Rifkin was born in 1959 to 2 college students, aged 20 and 24. At 3 weeks old, he was adopted by Benjamin and Jean Rifkin. 3 years later, the family adopted another baby, a daughter.
His parents worked hard to give him all the things he needed in life to succeed, and yet he still became a serial killer.
Rifkin killed at least 9 prostitutes, although some believe he is responsible for the more. Joel Rifkin famously tried to use his adoption as a defense in his murder trial in 1994. He claimed that he murdered 17 women because the trauma of being adopted led to his insanity. He was sentenced to 203 years in prison. Ted Bundy.
Do you deserve the punishment the state has inflicted upon you?
That's a very good question. And I'll answer very honestly. I don't want to die. I'm not going to kid you. I'll kid you not.
Ted Bundy was born in 1946 to Eleanor Louise Cowell, who claimed to have been seduced by a sailor named Jack Worthington. Until he was 3 years old, he was raised by his maternal grandparents, who he believed to be his actual parents. Bundy did not know the true circumstances of his birth until he was in his early 20s. When Ted was 5 years old, his mom married Johnny Culpepper Bundy, who formally adopted Ted later that year. Bundy killed at least 30 women between 1974 and 1978. He kidnapped, raped, and killed victims in multiple states. He was found guilty and sentenced to death. That's all for today, folks. For more chilling true crime content, subscribe to MJ Fact.